Alrighty. Alright, what's up guys? Brian here, and this is my WWE SummerSlam 2017 thoughts on this past Sunday night's WWE SummerSlam. I was going to do this video Sunday night when after SummerSlam was over, but for some reason it was not uploading, or it was taking a long time to publish and make changes, so I just said, you know what, forget it. I canceled it, so I'm gonna give my thoughts on the pay-per-view from Sunday right now. So let's get right into it. Overall, I thought the pay-per-view on Sunday was actually pretty good. There were a couple of matches that I thought were amazing. I thought the Fatal 4-Way main event for the Universal Championship was awesome. They really put a lot of emphasis on Braun Strowman dominating in that match. He took out for a little period of time. He took out Brock Lesnar, and then went to work on Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. But like I said, they put a lot of emphasis on Strowman being dominant in that match, and I really thought that was amazing. The kickoff show, there was one match on the kickoff show that I thought really stood out, and that was the tag team title match, the SmackDown tag title match with the Usos becoming for the fourth time in their WWE career champions. I'm sorry if this video lags a little bit. I'm trying this new video capture software, so if it lags, please let me know in the comments below. But the Usos defeated the New Day on Sunday to become the SmackDown Tag Team Champions. We had Neville recapturing the Raw Cruiserweight title from Akira Tozawa. That was the second match of the kickoff show. And the first match of the kickoff show was that six-man tag where The Miz, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel were victorious over the Hardys and Jason Jordan. The match, or the main show itself, the opening match of that show was John Cena defeating Baron Corbin. I thought Baron Corbin, I thought he should have won that match, but obviously there's some heat on him backstage for something, I don't know. I know there had been, from what I read on one of the wrestling websites I go on, that it was because of some stuff that he did on his Twitter with against Dave Meltzer or something like that. I don't know if that's one of the reasons, if that's the main reason, but that's one of the reasons I heard. But I thought he should have won that match over Cena. But like I said, I don't know what it was, but John Cena walked out victorious. Natalya defeated Naomi to become the SmackDown Women's Champion in an okay match, in my opinion. I thought Carmella was going to cash in, but apparently they're saving that for another time. We had Alexa Bliss lose the Raw Women's title to Sasha Banks, so Banks becomes for the fourth time the Raw Women's Champion. In what was a decent match, I can't complain about that match. It was real decent. We saw the crowning of new Raw Tag Team Champions as Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins reunited, defeated Cesaro and Sheamus. Hopefully they give these guys a lengthy title run. They just reunited as two-thirds of the Shield. So, but Rollins and Ambrose are your new Raw Tag Team Champions. We saw AJ Styles retain his United States Championship against Kevin Owens, where Shane McMahon was the special guest referee. My thoughts on the match: I thought that I thought Shane did a good job as a referee. He called it right down the middle. He made right calls that needed to be made, like when Styles had his foot on the rope, and he didn't award the match to Kevin Owens. I thought that was a good call. But like I said, he did a good job as a referee. Um, Obviously, and I'll get into this when I discuss SmackDown a little bit later on another video. Um, Obviously, they're going to be building to some kind of Kevin Owens where he's going to want Shane McMahon or something like that. So that was good to see. I thought the match was great on Sunday with Styles and Owens. So let me see what else. Sorry, guys. We had Finn Balor bringing out the Demon Balor to take on Bray Wyatt. Uh, I thought the match was good. I know a friend of mine from work. He watched SummerSlam and he said that he didn't think it was that good. Um, but uh, but that's okay. I thought it was good. I told him I thought it was a good match. Something different. I mean, even though they fought maybe 6 days before on Raw last week, uh, Bray Wyatt couldn't get out of the, couldn't get a grip of what he was facing when he was facing Demon Balor. So that made it very interesting. Balor's entrance using Bray Wyatt, he's got the whole world in his hands. Um, in his opening sequence for his entrance, I thought that was pretty cool. But Finn Balor defeated Bray Wyatt at SummerSlam on Sunday, and what was like I said, I thought it was a good match. Um, all right, what else? We had Big Cass taking on Big Show. I'm not going in any specific order in these matches. Big Cass defeated Big Show. Enzo Amore was in a shark cage, but he managed to have to oil himself up and slip through the bars of the cage and found his way to the ring. Inside the ring, where he received a big boot from Big Cass, and then Big Cass finished off Big Show with two big boots. So that was pretty good to see, and I'll get into you know as far as Raw is concerned when I do my Raw review a little bit later. Um, what else? We had Jinder Mahal retaining the WWE Championship. Now, this is a bit old news, but Jinder Mahal defeated Shinsuke Nakamura at SummerSlam to retain the title because of the Singh brothers. I thought it was decent. I thought Nakamura should have went over, and I know I said this in my predictions that I thought that Jinder would win, which he did. But I wouldn't have been mad if they would have put Nakamura over. And then of course the Fatal 4-Way. It was Lesnar retaining the Universal Championship over Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman. Like I said at the beginning, I thought they did their best. They did a great job putting a lot of emphasis on Braun Strowman being dominant in this match. He uh, took out Lesnar in the middle of the match where he did a running power slam through one announce table, and then maybe a few seconds or few minutes later, he would do it again, do another announce table, and then he would take the third announce table, pick it up, lift it up, and push it on top of Lesnar to the point where they took Lesnar out on a stretcher. Of course, Lesnar came back into the match and came out on top and victorious and won and retained his championship. So apparently Lesnar is not going anywhere. There had been talk of him if he would have in this storyline, if he would have lost this match or lost the Universal title, that he would have left WWE. Obviously, he's not going anywhere. So um, that was pretty good to see. But like I said, my thoughts overall on this show from last Sunday. I thought it was a pretty good show. A lot of there was a couple of good matches as I mentioned. Uh, and I'll discuss what took place on Raw and SmackDown in another video coming up. Um, but overall, my thoughts on SummerSlam last Sunday. Uh, I thought it was a great pay-per-view. Thought it was a great event. Um, so yeah, this has been my thoughts on this past Sunday night's SummerSlam. As I mentioned, I'm sorry this video is up a little late, a couple days late, uh, but I figure I'd do one now. Better late than never. So with that being said, this is like I said, this has been my thoughts on this past Sunday night's SummerSlam. As always, I am Brian, and thank you for watching.